Hey y'all, welcome to my master bath makeover. Just a little disclaimer, this is not an instructional video at all. I am not an expert in any of this, so please keep that in mind that this is not a how-to video. I am just sharing with you my experience. This closet right here was originally a shower. When we moved in, the original owners had turned it into a closet and turned the garden tub into a shower. And we just took it all out completely. Eventually, when we go to move, before we do, we're going to take this wall out and just have, an entirely open bathroom. But for now, we just thought we'd have a little bit of fun with it and turn it into a prayer area type filming outro place for me. So it didn't really cost any extra money, and besides the time and effort, it was just a fun project for me to do. Well, hello y'all, and welcome to the beginning of my bathroom makeover. I'm going to be doing quite a bit of things that I've never done on my own again. Like I said, try to do all this with the labor part without my husband's help. So what I know I'm going to do right now for sure, and I'm sure I'm going to add things and change up along, but we're going to start with this stuff. I guess it's to fill in cracks and everything. So my husband said I could use this for these holes, or these where the stuff is gapped. So I'm gonna try it there. And then you can see over here, I'm gonna try it here. I'm going to be putting a chandelier down over here. I'm super excited about that, y'all. I'm going to be redoing the light fixtures up there. I think I'm going to take the thing down, I'm going to spray paint it black, and then I'm going to get new globes. I'm going to get like those wire type globes. This part here is what I have not decided what to do about, because I have a feeling when it comes off that it's going to break. So I'm going to have to do new trim. Now this too, as y'all can see, if you know about trailer walls, then you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, they're panels. This isn't drywall. And then all these trailers come with, like, the panels come with like this wallpaper. And you see where I've kind of ripped some of it off. And y'all, I might end up just being lazy and painting over it. I don't know what to do. It's probably gonna be too late in the comments to tell me what I should do, and we'll just figure it out trial and error. But the problem right here is there is about an inch of space, or like a fourth of an inch right here. I guess this is caulk or something, that I'm gonna have to take off. And I think I'm just gonna pull all the wallpaper off from here to the wall, because as you can see, there is a seam right there. That is one thing I've decided to leave in here. I am gonna leave the seams in the bathroom because I think it'd be much easier to paint over it, and I don't think it looks as bad in the bathroom. I don't even think the seams look bad in the house. I just don't like them, but I'm gonna keep them in the bathroom. I just don't know what about trim. So y'all are gonna figure it out with me as I go along. And anyway, let's get this started. Okay, so my first lesson was that this stuff is not like drywall putty or mud. You cannot shave it or sand it down, and it's really gunky and rubbery. I guess that was just caulk. For those of you that know what's going on and what I should have done and that are experienced in this, I am not. I am a complete newbie. I am doing all of this pretty much on my own. There were the things that I couldn't figure out or that I couldn't find my own way to do it. I went and asked my husband. So again, like I said at the beginning of the video, y'all, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just figuring it out as I go along. That wallpaper was vinyl, I guess, vinyl wallpaper. That and the wall ended up being, we're gonna put a piece of drywall over it eventually. It wasn't in the budget right now. We didn't have the time or, effort and all that. So that's why I just went ahead and painted over it. And like I said before, eventually when we go to move, if we do, we're going to knock that wall down. So, all right, well here I had put mud and stuff on there and sanded it down over the holes. And then I am doing the trim work. I don't use tape. My first mother-in-law taught me how to paint, do the edge work and stuff. And it's just always been, she said it
it takes less time to take your time and do it right than it would be to tape off the whole house or tape off the whole room. So that's just what I've always done. I enjoy edge work. I do not like rolling. This is not my favorite part. And as you'll see in a minute, it looks like I'm talking to someone. That's because I had my husband pick up a paint roller cover for my bigger one. And then he came, and he did, and then he came home and saw me doing this with the little one. So eventually I do switch over. The color that I used is Valspar Ghost Ship. It is what I have in my bedroom and in my living room and hallway. I eventually plan to paint my laundry. I don't know why I'm pausing in between all these. I eventually plan to paint my laundry room this color. I am normally a fan of dark colors and dark rooms, but I like this because it makes it feel a little bit more open and it makes it feel cleaner. So I'm not really sure like why my mind has changed on it, but I did miss the purple that was in here, y'all. It's funny, my first father-in-law was always telling me they had rental properties, and he said it never fails. He always has a house with purple paint, and I don't know if that's subconsciously stuck in my mind, but I've had a purple room in every house I have lived in now. Okay, so that was the first coat. I'm gonna take down all this, take down those, take down that. I think I'm gonna try and spray paint it. I don't know if it'll work or not. And I'm gonna take those down, this down tonight and spray paint it, and then buy some like black of those braided ones, I don't know, and this. So that is my goal for this evening. So y'all, my loving and wonderful and amazing grandmother watches my channel quite a bit, y'all, and she was concerned about my collection of skulls. So if you don't know, I love Halloween. It is probably, but after Christmas, my favorite holiday. It was just in there, and not for any, you know, nefarious reasons or anything like that. It was just always such a fun holiday, and I have some of my best childhood memories, you know, around it. So it's just been kind of one of those things that stuck with me, and skulls have been something that I guess people associate me with. It's not something I collect on my own, but it just tends to be a go-to gift for most people that know me, that and pinup girls, which I love pinup girls, and you know, there's a lot of skull art that I enjoy, but my son had colored that picture of the pirate skull for me, and then the painting with the skull on it I had actually done for my husband as a joke at Valentine's Day one year. We said no gifts, so I made it for him, and there's this horrible poem on it about him being my favorite flying chicken, and out of all of the chickens, or you know, he is my favorite. It's absolutely ridiculous and silly, but he wanted to hang it on the wall. So, you know, that just happens to be why, you know, people, I don't know how many times I've gotten a gift from, you know, The Nightmare Before Christmas or sugar skulls that just, you know, and I keep them because it's just thoughtful. When somebody gets me a gift like that, like, it means, it's not that I feel obligated to keep it. I love it because they thought of me and they remembered how much I love, you know, that type of stuff. So anyway, so that's what it was. Y'all, this is, I'm not even gonna say embarrassing, because if it was really that embarrassing, I would have not let it get this bad. Now, it's not mostly from us. We moved in almost 4 years ago, and I don't think I know I've never cleaned it. Even when I painted, I was in such a hurry to paint this bathroom the first time that I just ignored it, or I may not have even seen it. I don't know. I hope I just didn't see it. I honestly can't remember. This is nothing bad against the previous owners, but cleaning was not their priority. And you know what? That's not everybody's, and I can only speak for myself. They also smoked a lot, so this is nicotine and dirt and fuzz. And it didn't help that when my husband and I moved in, we didn't clean it either. So I'm definitely not talking bad, because we didn't help the situation either. So like I said, if it bothered me that bad in the first place, I should have gotten up there and made it a priority. But the point is, as I keep hearing on this, I wish I could remember this lady. I need to do better, y'all, if I'm going to quote somebody. But this is not my saying. This girl's got this TikTok, and she's always starts it out with, it doesn't matter how it got this way. What matters is we're getting to it. And you know what? That's where I'm at now, even though I did tell y'all how we got to it. So as I said before, I was going to take these globes down and spray paint and take the whole light fixture off. I ended up not doing that because my husband thinks it might be hardwired in there, And even though he would have taken it down for me, I wanted to do it all on my own, and this was not the moment that I wanted to learn how to take it apart. So I just decided to go ahead and paint it black before I painted the back of it. And honestly, now with this, thinking back, I wish I would have taken it down and spray painted it, but it looks fine from where I'm at, and the whole thing's rusted anyway. So if it ends up not working out, or it wasn't the best paint, it's not a big deal. Same thing with these globes. Like I said, originally I was going to take them off because they looked horrible from where I was sitting, or standing there. And come to find out, they were just absolutely filthy. I mean, just terribly filthy. So I took them off and I washed them. I did learn though that I don't know what the technical term is, but the frosting on it comes off. So I had to only wash it from one side, and there's a little bit of paint on some of the other sides of the globe. So honestly, I just flipped it around so you can't see it. But I did keep them, and I love them, and I'm so glad I kept them, because I think I like them much better than I would have those wire cage looking ones that people use now. And then you got to get the Edison bulbs to go in there, which I do love the Edison bulbs, but I'm tickled with the way this turned out. When y'all see the final project, they actually remind me of like old-fashioned street lamps. Like, I keep thinking of Mary Poppins for whatever reason. And for those of you that get agitated by things not being finished, I would love to tell you that I completed this by painting both sides. Yeah, I didn't. It obviously was a struggle for me to get my mind to understand how these bulbs were on there, or the globes. So it took me quite a bit of time to get them off. I didn't realize there's like a little, cover over it in between the globe and the light bulb. I did get some of it, but there were parts that I didn't see that I missed until then. But y'all, look at this. Isn't that crazy? The night and day. Obviously one's dirty and one's clean. It was almost like a different color. Like, I was just, I was frustrated at myself that I wasn't concerned with how messy it was up until now. But, I'm not going to dwell on it for too long, because I'm just going to do better. I took this trim off, and the reason I took this trim off, I don't know if this is trailer trim. I think it might be. In trailers, there are a lot of custom things that you don't see in, like, a regular house. And I'm thinking that this trim is one of them. And like I have said a bazillion times, trailer walls are different than regular walls. They're not drywall. But what I decided to do was to take it off. I wanted to take it off regardless. And I was trying to do this, to reuse as much stuff as possible. I went and you'll see here in a little bit that I went to paint it black, and then I was gonna put it back on. Some of them did snap off and break. And that was okay, because I had some from my bedroom makeover that I could reuse and trim down as I needed, because I did replace the trim in my bedroom. So anyway, that's what's going on here. And obviously I'm, doing the paint and stuff. So you only see me do one coat of paint in here, but it actually took 3 coats of paint, but I just didn't figure you guys would really want to see that. So, that's what happened. Let's see. A lot of these pictures, some of them I didn't put up. I was kind of decluttering my decorations too. I was trying the KonMari thought, like, that little light up skull thing. I don't even know where it came from. And obviously if it was a gift, I don't remember, so it really wasn't that important. I did get rid of it. That little picture of the lights, I got that not for spooky reasons, but because it reminded me of a coal mine. So that's why I had it, but I didn't put it back up either, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it. But yeah, so that's what's going on. Y'all can actually see how blue this is. It looks almost white than some of the other, pictures, but it's got a very, very light blue. And I love this color. And a lot of it, yeah, it's probably just in my mind. It's really not much different than a lot of colors you see now, but because it's Ghost Ship, I'm like, ooh, I like it. It sounds spooky. So I painted all my covers black. And then this was a piece that I got from the thrift store a while back. It's not new. I didn't buy it. Like, I haven't been since I said I wasn't. And I painted it black. I wish that I would have spray painted all of these. I know that spray paint, it's going to chip off too, but this paint, it chipped off even worse, and there were clumps and everything else. And I couldn't find my spray paint. So I just, did with what I had, but I do wish that I would have spray painted it. So I have really been trying to work on my thought process, y'all, and normally if I had done a project like this, I would have made it take at least, you know, a minimum of a day, because I wanted to rush and get it done, and I would have worn myself out, and I would have half-butted a lot of things, and then I just wouldn't have gotten to it, and it would have just, you know, it would have been about 75 to 85% done, and I just never would have got to it. Well, I have been really trying to train my brain to work better, to think differently. And so I made sure to just focus on one area at a time. I'm telling y'all this because I did all that other work that you guys just saw ahead of time, you know, painted that one area, and I just focused on that. And then when I got it finished, you know, I would move on to this. But each day I gave myself stopping points. Like I had only like 2 or 3 goals that I was going to accomplish, and I was going to do my absolute best until I moved on. Because what happens is if I don't focus on one area, then my brain's like, ooh, well, let's think of this. Let's go to this. Let's do that. And then I'm distracted and I'm not giving whatever I'm working on my full attention. So nothing ever gets done as well as it could be. So anyway, that's what was going on here. All right, now to the cleaning question for y'all. Where it looks like my walls are like crying, what is this? Do y'all have any ideas? I thought it might have been nicotine like leaking through the walls. My bathroom's vented, you know, and we always make sure to turn it on, and you know, so maybe my vents aren't working really well. But I don't know. Do I have a poltergeist? Are my walls sad? Like, what is it? Or do y'all have any ideas as to what it is? I can clean it off sometimes and there's no color or anything to it, but then it comes like right back and it's always in the same few spots. So I don't know, maybe it's just keeping moisture and sticking to the walls. Anyway, if anybody has any thoughts, please let me know. Okay, so this wall, it looks like a drywall, like there's nothing on it, and there isn't. My paint did have primer in it. For those of you that didn't know, we had a leak in there. My husband had to replace the wall, so he fixed the leak, obviously, before he put the wall up. But that's why it's the only wall in there that's like a brand new wall. Now this right here, I love watching paint like this. I don't want to watch it for like 30 minutes, but I figured you guys would enjoy a few seconds of it. Obviously I don't show you guys the rest of the painting because that, you know, again, it's only fun for just it's only fun for just a little bit, I think. Okay, so here we are outside painting that trim. It's very, very, very cheap trim. Like, I mean, it does not take much at all to break it. And with that said, it also has like a plastic film over it that I wasn't even going to try to sand it down. I just figured that once it went up on the wall, if it chipped while I was putting it up there, I could touch it up and then leave it alone because it's not like anybody's going to be touching the trim on a, you know, regular basis anyway. I don't know if I'll keep it up in here. I like the way it looks from a distance in my bathroom, and maybe I might eventually replace it, but who knows? Right now it'll do for now. So my little stinker puppy over there, I left these out there and he chewed them up, some of them up, and it was ridiculous. Oh my goodness, y'all. Funny story though, because I was just thinking about how he looks like a kangaroo. We had a little wallaby, which I guess is apparently like a kangaroo, was loose in our town the other day, and it was floating around Facebook, the video of it, and I thought it was a joke. Like, I thought somebody, you know, with just a late April Fool's joke that came along. Nope, it turns out there really was just a little baby, whatever it was, just running around. Some family had a pet of it and escaped. So, yep, never dull boring moment in my town. All right, so y'all, this is my favorite part of my bathroom renovation. I absolutely love this little gypsy chandelier. I will try to see if I can link it down below. It was definitely the only, you know, thing of money that I spent on this bathroom. I think I paid $60 for it, 60 or 70, I can't quite remember. But I am just absolutely tickled. And again, I know it seems odd that it would be in a bathroom, but you know what? If y'all got kids, sometimes that is your safe haven. That's the only place you can go to get away from them. Not that I want to get away from my kids, y'all. I'm very blessed. But yeah. I'm going to say, though, the only bad thing about that chandelier was those little dishes or whatever that you put around it. One of them didn't fit, and I couldn't get it to go down, so I actually had to melt it with a lighter to get it to kind of form back into shape, because I don't want to push it too much, because it is just like that little cheap plastic and gypsy crystals. So But isn't it cute, y'all? I love it. Love it. So my son Mason is learning these tools with me as well, and he wanted to drill these in. So he's just learning how to use a drill with me too. So he'll get an earlier start than I did. Because if y'all don't know, this is only my second project using a drill. I have never really used one. I kind of knew how, but just, I don't know. But better late than never, y'all. So we put these shelves back in, and then I put all my decorations back on. So I got to use my new favorite power tool, Bradina. It's my Bradder, but her name is Bradina because she's a girl. Funny thing is, y'all, I went to use it and it wouldn't work. And I'm like, I cannot figure out why it worked. And I looked in it to make sure there were brads. I guess when I looked at it, my brain said there were brads, but there really weren't. But I had about 15 minutes of me trying to figure out what it was. And like I said, I'm a little intimidated by it. So probably watching me try to figure out what was wrong with it at the same time, acting like it was a piece of dynamite, was pretty hysterical. But anyway, so here is the final viewing. Isn't that pretty, y'all? Look at that. I love it, love it. Apparently I don't know which light switch is which. I hadn't put up the trim there yet, y'all, because I was pooped. And I will talk about that more, I'm sure, at the end. But I am tickled. I love the black in this Ghost Ship Blue. It is so pretty. And then here's my little area. This is where I do my editing, and this is where I read my Bible, and, just anything I'm doing that y'all hear me talking about now, I am sitting in this room doing. So I am tickled. I do have to find something to do with that corner, and I'm going to eventually decorate more, but I love it. Love it, if you can tell.
Well, good morning, y'all. Well, it's morning for me anyway on Friday. I'm obviously sitting here in my little area. There's still a lot to do, and as I'm looking in the camera, I realize I should probably put something kind of cute and pretty up here, which I will in time. I'm trying to learn from my past mistakes, which, especially with the decluttering and stuff, I want to be more intentional with my purchases. And as much as I'm like, I really want to go to the store and buy a whole bunch of stuff to put on the walls, I'm going to take my time and find the little pieces that make me excited, make me happy. And when I go to purchase them, I can make a day out of it and, just enjoy the whole experience. And for now anyway, I mean, as much as I'd love to have a little cute little eclectic background, I'm just going to have to settle for what I got, which is, that right there. And y'all just saw that anyway. And then the, piece de resistance. I don't even know if that's the way you say it, but my chandelier. So anyway, let's get to the little chit chat. I'm going to try and keep it brief. Obviously I'm a little cold. This isn't a blanket. This is like a shawl my mother made me. I love it because it makes me feel like a madam in a saloon back in the Western days. Like I imagine myself standing on a porch in front of, some kind of cowboy place and standing there with this yelling at everybody. Oh, y'all, I don't know. Maybe y'all get the point. I feel like Lucy from Bart and Lucy, my husband and I, our little stories. For those of you that know. If not, it just sounds like I'm rambling on a crazy little story. But obviously my coffee has hit me and I'm a little chitty chatty. So let's see. It is Friday morning when I'm filming this. So obviously it's Saturday or later when you guys are watching this. Y'all, I'm on that 75 hard. And this morning, my husband and I have been running Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 4:30. And I have to, when my alarm goes off, I have to get out of the bed immediately because two things are going to happen. I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to think that I can sleep for another 10 minutes. But in those 10 minutes, I'm not going to actually sleep. I'm going to worry if I'm going to hear my alarm when it goes off again. And I'm just going to stress myself out. By the time I finally get up, an hour and a half later, I am irritated and still tired. So when it comes to running, I have to get up straight at 4:30. Like, I literally hop up out of bed. I'm not happy about it. But this morning, y'all, if it hadn't been for doing the 75 hard, and even not so much for myself, which I know everything you do should in a way be because you want to better yourself, but it was honestly all about sticking through with this, and because I didn't want to let my husband down. And because if I didn't complete my day for the 75 hard, our agreement was that we both started over, and I didn't want to do that to him. So yeah, it was all about him this morning is the only reason I did it. I'm not saying, excuse me, that I couldn't have finished the rest of the day, you know, done it at some point, but it would have been a struggle, and I would have been miserable, and I would have felt guilty the entire day. I would have felt worse about not doing it than how I felt this morning at 4:30, which honestly was not spectacular. Even when I was running, it was okay once I got started, but I don't know, we all have those days. So hopefully, I'm sure tomorrow will be better. But anyway, I'm glad I got it done. I got home, I've got a whole bunch of stuff done before, and I think it's only like not even 7:30 yet. My nephew's coming today, and I'm gonna watch him. So well, if I didn't say it, I probably should have. Thank you all for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed the bathroom makeover. It is absolutely crazy to me, as much work and time that I put into it, that I can condense it into 20 minutes. And as you know, of course, I have to watch the video a couple times over again to make sure, you know, I edited the stuff I wanted to, and just, you know, to make sure it's all right. It seems so easy when I watch it there. And y'all, this was a struggle. And as you saw, I haven't even finished all the trim yet, which I got to a point where I was just tired, and I didn't have time to do anymore. And I know I've got stuff to do today, and I've got stuff to do tomorrow. So I will finish it Sunday, but I got enough done that I'm satisfied. And I really wanted to just go ahead and get the video out. I had said several times that it was going to be out Saturday. So, well, let me show y'all my cute little cup. Isn't that tacky? It's got ducks on it. I found it at the thrift store. I mean, obviously it's been washed several times, and I love it. It's got like that perfect mouth. I don't know. Are y'all particular about your coffee cups? Like, you like a certain lid and a certain way it holds the cup? I know it all tastes the same. Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess if you drank it out of a metal cup, it tastes a little different. But I don't know. I like these types of cups the best. They remind me of like the coffee cups at Waffle House, which I did have a coffee cup from Waffle House. My husband bought me when he was traveling through, because Waffle House used to be my favorite restaurant when I was growing up. But recently, I don't know, the last time we ate at one, maybe it's just because we're not technically in the South anymore. I know West Virginia is Southern, but it's not really in the South. We're actually, you know, kind of further up north. But we don't have many Waffle Houses up here. You actually have to drive about an hour. And it just wasn't very good. I don't know. Do y'all like Waffle House? I'd love to know who all my Waffle House fans are. I'm more of a IHOP kind of girl now lately. I guess I like the pancakes, which we're not really eating many of those now since we're doing gluten-free. Oh, another little thing I wanted to brag on myself. I'm really proud of last night. I made a chicken casserole for dinner, and I was super excited about it. I haven't made chicken casserole in forever. I couldn't wait to eat it. And I put my cream of chicken in there. And y'all, it had wheat in it, and I didn't realize it till after I had mixed everything together, had the chicken cooked, had the vegetables all, and I was like, oh man. And it specifically says you don't cheat on whatever diet plan you have. And while my diet is only restrictive in gluten, I looked at my husband and I told him, he's like, well, what do you think? And I was like, I think that I'm going to feel guilty if I eat this. I was like, I know it's not going to really bother me. And in the, you know, had we not been doing this challenge, that I probably wouldn't have been that upset. I was like, I'm going to feel guilty, and I'm going to feel like I cheated on this plan. So we didn't eat it. My kids ate it. I threw some chicken breast in the oven and made us some baked potatoes. And honestly, I ended up not even eating the chicken. I don't care for chicken very much. I think it's just my mother is allergic to poultry, so I didn't eat a lot of it growing up. I'm not, so I don't care. It's not that I don't like chicken. If it's just on me, I won't eat it. I won't order it myself. Same with turkey and all that too. I like chicken salad, but just not, apparently I've got food on the brain, because that's what I've talked about for the last 2 minutes.
But telling all y'all this not as any type of instruction or advice or all that. I am only explaining what I'm going through. So please don't take any of this as something to follow or that I'm recommending any of it. Like I said, I am just sharing my own experience right now. So I realized that this video is rambling on. I guess I'm just comfortable and I'm starting to enjoy really talking to the camera, which it feels like I'm talking to myself because I'm like literally looking at myself. But you know, then you guys start chit-chatting with me in the comments and I love it. I love it. So thank you all. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Well, from all of my heart, not just the bottom. The whole thing is full of love and joy. And I feel very honored just to have so many of y'all on here. It's such a blessing. It's absolutely done wonders for me. So thank you all so much. I'm going out of town this weekend, just so Saturday. So I might have a vlog video for y'all. I have never done one of those. I'm not really sure what you're supposed to put on there or even what you should. I don't know. I have no idea. It's a new experience for me, but we'll, maybe that'll be out sometime next week. I'm not sure what I'm doing. But anyway, well, I hope wherever y'all are at, you are having a blessed one, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Look here, I am done, I am done, I am done, I am done. Oh crap, that's all.